Welcome back to another episode. I am Brian, the Unskilled Commander, as you're probably aware. Welcome to match 2 of Toxrill, Tokens, Rograk and Kelith, and Cascade. Cascade's going to go first. So let's just jump right in and see how things go. Draw for turn, playing Evolving Wilds, cracking it for a mountain, and then passing turn. The mountain comes in tapped. We shuffle the library as best we can with these sleeves. Using the royal we, of course. And then pass over to Toxrill. Over here, we'll do a Terramorphic Expanse and crack it for a swamp. Any swamp will do just as long as it's a swamp. There, boom. Shuffle up. And pass turn. Riveting turn ones, are they not? Draw for turn. Oh look, Terramorphic Expanse. We will go for another mountain this time. Tippy tappy. And shuffle up. Pass. So now what this is showing is that I didn't mulligan down for awesome turn 1 hands. Draw for turn. Mountain that doesn't come in tapped and is not a Terramorphic or tap land or sack land, but that's it. Because I don't like to, as we've discussed in prior videos, as long as it has 3 lands, it counts as playable, go. Now, if it's 3 lands and a bunch of 6 drops or 4 drops even, okay, sure, it does make sense to maybe mulligan down a couple times with, normal casual loot rules where you're not getting rid of cards, you're just taking the next 7 until you get, you do want something that's, 3 lands, 3 to 4 lands, and a couple plays in the first 3 turns. But I really didn't want to keep shuffling and keep drawing and all that stuff, so this is what we get. Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play a forest for turn, tapping both forest and mountain for Humble Naturalist. It is a 1/3 that taps for 1 mana of any color, but can only be used on creature spells. We will pass. Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play an island for turn, thereby having both colors for my commander. And I will tap both for Dimir's Signet. I pay 1 and tap it to add both blue and black. So it's kind of a rampy spell, sort of, almost, not really. I'm not thrilled with the Signets. I understand, but it's it's just a normal mana rock. Why not put a command sphere or something in there that taps for any color you want, because you still have to tap a thing to get the 2 mana, so you're not getting 2 mana, you're just getting 1 extra mana. The only difference is that, it's a 2-drop instead of the 3-drop that a lot of tap for any mana rocks are, and, you could use it in, the first turn. If you had 3 mana and you played it, you could then play something else for 2 mana. I don't know. They're okay. I know everyone else loves them. I'm not that crazy about the Signets. I see their kind of value, but I'm not wowed by it. Pass turn. But then again, I'm not good at Magic, clearly, so maybe that's why. We'll go ahead and play a forest for turn, thereby having both colors for my commander. And I do not have any kind of 2-drops, so we'll pass. Untap, draw for turn. Once again, I always forget now, for some reason, with Rograk. He should have been played on turn 1 so that he could actually attack right now, but we will play a Plains for turn, tap both for Kelith. So that is a major misplay. I continue to do that. I don't understand why. I used to love playing him on the first turn without having any mana on the field because it was funny. For some reason, I keep forgetting that now. Once again, I need to slow down and actually take my time with these plays instead of just trying to rip through them and, you know, have a hour-long or under an hour episode, because that's just not going to happen. We're going to pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play Thornwood Falls. Comes in, I gain a life. And then I will tap all three, using the mana to cast a creature, so it's okay. Farhaven Elf. When it enters the battlefield, search for basic land, put it on the battlefield. I will search for this island that I just immediately opened up to, which is perfect. So now I definitely have, I mean, obviously with Thornwood Falls, I have all three of my commander colors, but having them in the basics is also really good. But that's all we can do there. We will go ahead and pass. Big Bad Toxrill untaps and draws a card for turn to probably do nothing. Let's see. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 if I play a land, but nothing that I can play, so Sunken Hollow it is. But it comes in untapped because I have 2 or more basics. So I still have 4 mana I could play, but unfortunately I got no actual spells. I have quite a few counter spells in hand, unfortunately, which, I mean, that's good, but I'm not a great user of counter spells, so I know their value, I know how important they are, but at the same time, I almost want to take them out of my decks because I just never use them. And I never have the mana open at the one time where I know I should use them. And so then otherwise, if I hold open mana, I'm not sure, oh, should I counter that one? Should I counter somebody else's? Well, it's like, why even bother? Just put like a real card in there and just hope to heck something else happens. Pass turn. Leave the countering to somebody else. I will play Manor Gate. Comes in tapped, I will declare red. So now Manor Gate taps for 1 of each of the 2 colors necessary, red or green. Nothing I can play. Pass turn, unfortunately. All these bad hands might be giving Rograk the win, just because. Since there's really nothing going on and I don't really have anything to do, we'll play Terramorphic Expanse, cracking it for planes. Comes in tapped. Shuffle the library. Whoa. Try not to spill the cards everywhere, but that's optional. Then we will move to combat. Everybody's pretty much open except for Farhaven. And Rograk has Menace. So let's go ahead, but Toxrill obviously is always a threat, especially for, you know, guys that have lower back end cards like a 1/1 and a 0/1. Now obviously they're about to get bigger, but still. We will send Rograk at Toxrill, Keleth at tokens. They each get a +1/+1 counter, which then means 2 damage. 2 commander damage to you, and 1 commander damage to you. You're down to 38 life. And you are down to 39. Yep. Nothing else really I should have done. So we're going to pass. Untap over here. Upkeep. Draw for turn. Going to tap green, blue, and then 2 others. To play Rashmi. Actually, no, that's dumb. Obviously, that's dumb. Tap the main 3 for Averna Chaos Bloom, of course. That's the more important one. Then I will play a Gruul Turf, bouncing the mountain back to my hand. So I can play that next turn. A lot of basics in my hand right now. I can attack for a total of 2. Not sure that it's really all that important. But sure, we'll swing Farhaven Elf over here just for the fun of it, so that now everybody except for Cascade has taken some damage. And Rograk and Kellis is like, you son of a bee. You know, I don't have that much on these. I can totally switch targets right now. And he's like, I know, but it was funny. So we'll pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Command tower for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 mana. Yeah, not really anything of import that I can do. I guess that should have been something. Although that barely even helps. But I suppose it does. Actually, that's probably... I think this will work. So we're going to tap... Here, we'll tap Command Tower into Arcane Signet to frogify your zombie. It is now no longer a commander. It is a 1/1 frog. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a base frog creature with base power. It's a blue frog creature with base power, toughness 1/1. It loses all other card types and creature types. So it is no longer a kobold, none of that stuff. So yeah, suck on that. You ain't attacking me right now. But that's all I can do, so we will pass. Untap over here, draw for turn. I have 3 mana. And wow, can't do a thing with it. Let's see. Yeah, and everything I play comes in tapped. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 7 and drew. Yeah, so I have to play a card. So I'll play Timber Grove, comes in tapped, just so I don't have to discard down. But unfortunately, I cannot. I mean, I have a 3-drop, but it's destroy target artifact or enchantment. It's Frozen Grip. Not really helpful right now. So we will go ahead and pass turn. Wow, these are all just horrible draws. So untap, upkeep, and draw. I will play a mountain for turn. Okay, I got a lot of high spells. Well, I guess I can't even really do that much, but okay, I guess. We'll do this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, nope, wrong one. 2 to play Fleet Feather Sandals. And actually, well, that's true. Okay, so he has Frozen Grip. I don't know that. So I guess, yeah. So I guess we'll just equip this. So now Caliph has flying, so he can go anywhere at once. And you did hit me for 1. That is a insult. But obviously, you know, since we can no longer attack with that, we need to focus on this commander, which means we need to focus on one person. Moving to combat, swinging at tokens, it now gets 2 counters, and that's a 3, so that's going to up it to 5 total commander damage. And you take 3 more normal damage, down to 35 health. That's all we can do. We will pass turn. I mean, I could swing with the 1/1 frog on somebody, I suppose. But that would leave me open. That would be dumb. Because the ideal, basically, yeah, I was thinking, leave it up, block with it, lets it get destroyed so Rograk can go back to the command zone and I can recast him. So untap, upkeep, draw for turn. I'm going to play that mountain like we said. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana if I'm playing a creature. But I don't need it yet, so we're going to go green and red, and then 2 others. To play Bloodbraid Elf. It's a 3/2 with haste, and it has Cascade. So, as I cast it, I now can reveal cards from the top of my library until I reveal a 3-drop permanent Non-land card. Oh, actually, non-land card that costs 3. Aha, a land, finally, when we do this. Let's see what else happens. Okay, that's too expensive. 4 is too much. It's a land, there we go. 2, perfect. This is what I like to see. So now, before this resolves, we may put a land from that was exiled this way onto the battlefield. Tapped. Then I will cast the Arcane Signet. These go on the bottom of my library in any order. So that was a very nice bit of mana ramp, finally, which is what that commander is supposed to do with this stuff. Which should also, excellently enough, give me 1 green, or blue, a green, 1 more, and cast a tap for, because it's a creature that's about to come out. Now I'll play Rashimi, Eternity's Crafter. Could have done that before, but then again, I wouldn't have had the Arcane Signet and the land, so it worked out. She just says, whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a non-land card with converted mana cost less than that spell's, you cast it without paying its mana cost. If you don't, it goes in your hand. So it's like its own little pseudo Cascade for every other card that doesn't actually have Cascade. So Averna and Farhaven are capable of attacking, as is Bloodbraid. So I wonder where we should send everybody. Should probably focus all 3 of them on the one person, but that would make a direct, immediate enemy. Whereas we could send them in all 3 different directions. Although we actually don't want to send anything over here because that'll just allow them to block and get Rograk back. So that's not something we really want to do, even though Rograk wasn't on us the first time, still. So I will send Bloodbraid over there for 3 and Averna over there for 4, holding these 2 back for blocking. So you're going to take 4 down to 35 health, and you're going to get 4 commander damage from that. You're going to take 3 damage down to 32. Okay, there's nothing else we can do. Pass turn. So untap, upkeep, draw. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot again. So what we'll do anyway, let me see what kind of lands. I have a swamp, I will play a swamp. I will tap, wait, what did I do? I just put that, sorry, I put that island in my hand by accident. You saw me pick that up. You saw it! It wasn't cheating, I swear. Because I was going to tap it, but I'm going to tap it for the Ponder that I just drew. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. You may shuffle and draw a card. 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll put them back, all 3 in that order, and then I will draw a card. Then I will tap command, I will tap swamp into Signet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Notion Thief. If an opponent would draw a card except the first one he or she draws, in each of their draw steps, instead that player skips that draw and I draw a card. Of course, I doubt we're going to remember that, but we will try. Nothing else we can really do, so go ahead and pass turn. Untap over here, draw. Now, do we have any crazy good? We still don't really have any targets for the Crows and Grip. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. That's all I have. Let's see. You swung there. You swung at me for 3. You're hitting me for the commander, so that's probably something I want to get rid of, or at least deal with. So, yes, I know I have my commander that I can play, but I do need to try and get some cards out of my hand for a specific reason here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Structural Distortion. Exile target artifact or land. It deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller. We're going to get rid of one of your mountains. You're going to take 2 damage down to 37. You're going to exile that. Then I'm going to play Gruul Turf, bouncing this mountain back to my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, had I played that, I wouldn't have been able to play the land, and I would have had to discard down. Which maybe could have been okay, because I do have quite a few artifact and enchantment instructions right now, and that doesn't really help much. But we're still wide open, so go ahead and pass. Untap. Upkeep. Now I'm down lands over here, not good. I will play a mountain for turn, though. Thankfully I had one. I guess we'll just tap 2 for Black Blade Reforged. Again, that's falling right into Token's hands with all the artifact destruction they have, but we don't know that as a player. I can't equip it because it costs 3 to equip to a legendary creature, or 7 to equip to anything else. It gets +1/+1 for each land you control, so that would be a nice buff to it too. So it's definitely going to be the target to get destroyed. So we'll move to combat. It gets a counter, 3, so that's 4 damage up to 9 commander damage. Taking 4 here, down to 28 already. And that's really all we can do. So we will pass turn. Untap. I don't believe we have any upkeep triggers over here. So I will draw a card for turn. I will play the island. Try and sort out new lands here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if it's a creature, which, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if it's a creature. But that's a big spell, but it's not going to help me. So we're just going to tap 1, 2, 3 for Cloudkin Seer. When it enters the battlefield, I draw a card. Okay, so more lands. Not super helpful. But at least we have creatures that we can attack with. I think we are going to, well, we don't want to send this over there. No one drew any extra cards. Thankfully, although I'm still a little bit late over here, but no one did, thankfully. All right, so we're going to, Blood Braid's going back over at you for 3. And you can actually kill most of anything I send over that way. There's really not a point in sending anything just yet. I'll wait till the flyer is not summoning sick and then send that over. Because we certainly don't want to lose Averna. Oh, I did cast a spell though. Sorry. So my first spell each turn, reveal the top card of the library. It actually is less than Cloudkin, which is amazing. Strionic Resonator. Copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. So that's cool. If I and that's so I can pay 2 and tap it to copy a Cascade effect, which is nice. I just have to remember that's how that works. But otherwise, nothing else changes. So 3 damage over to you, down to 25. Tokens is like, dude, what the heck? I'm already getting smacked down by the stupid horse. Why are you bothering me? Oh no, because you're open and I got someone. We're gonna pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. All right, we're gonna play Dismal Backwater, gain a life up to 36. I think now is a decent enough time. We'll tap 1 into 2, so 2, 3, 4. Ancient Craving. Since I gained that life, we will lose 3 down to 33 total. And draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Good card. Like some land, well, 2 lands and a good card. But the good card is kind of useless until we get Toxrill on the field. And that was part of the original scry thing, whatever it was. The Ponder, that's what it was. So the good card I knew was there. It was just unfortunately followed by 2 lands. Which is sad panda, as they say, or used to say at least. No one says it anymore. I can attack if I want to, but I don't really want to because everyone can kill it. Well, I guess I could swing over there, but everyone else is beating up on them enough. There's no need for Toxrill to do that too. Pass turn. Thanks, Toxrill. At least you're a nice person. I'm going to kill all your creatures. I don't have them, but that's kind of mean. So we're going to draw a card for turn, play a mountain for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 now. Can I please do something cool? Well, I mean, I could get that out of my hand at least. But we are taking quite a bit of damage. But Kelith is flying. Oh, yes, of course. I do forget about that. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Now, Crows and Grip, do we do what's giving it flying, or do we get rid of the thing that's going to beef it up by... Because we only have 3 mana after that, and I don't have anything to play to stop it. So I guess we kind of have to go for the worst one. We have to go and blow up that. Like I said, I only have 3 left, unfortunately. Can't do anything with it. So we're going to take another hit, unfortunately, so pass turn. Untap over here. Draw for turn. I'm going to play the planes I just drew, giving me 5 lands. That's not so bad. Yeah, because we're definitely going to do this then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dictate of Heliod. So that's just going to make everything bigger. So now we actually have a 3/3 frog if we need it. But we're going to go to combat. This is going to tick up. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7 in the air. Onto the 9. That is 16 commander damage on you. And 4, 5, 6, 7 damage just in general, putting you down to 18. So actual life and commander damage are almost identical. We will then pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Man, just not getting anything with Cascade. Very much annoying. I'll play the Gruul Guildgate for turn. Let's see. I don't know that we need to worry about him anymore. So I think we will try and spread some damage out here. I'm going to send Bloodbraid and Cloudkin Seer at you. Then I'm going to... well, yeah, I guess it's just foolhardy to send them into a... Especially now that it's a 3/3 frog. It doesn't help to send that into there. But we still need to do some damage. So you've got a 3/2 coming at you and a 2 in the air. You'll take the 2 in the air for sure. That's down to 31 life. Now, will you please? No, but will you block the Bloodbraid? You can totally kill it, but then you will be unprotected. Although it's 3. You know, if you kill it, then if I swing with these guys next turn, it's only like, you know, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could actually cast Toxrill next turn, so I think we will block. Killing that. Then on my second main phase, we will tap 2 blue, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Part the Water Veil. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile, Part the Water Veil. Oops, that's exile. So yeah, no end step triggers. Although, excuse me, there is a trigger because this is my first spell each turn. Reveal now, so I can just, as long as it's top land, okay, non-land, so that doesn't work. If you don't cast the revealed card, put it in your hand. Okay, so that land goes into my hand. Now, I'm wondering is that a triggered ability? Whenever you cast your first, I believe it is. So, I mean, it's being triggered by casting it, I think. You know me, guys. That kind of level of detail, I need to start, like, looking up judge rulings and stuff on things like that. So we're going to tap 2 and tap this to copy it. Again, a land goes into my hand. Fantastic. So now that resolves. We take an extra turn. Untap everything. Draw for turn. Wow, another land. Holy crap. Is it Guildgate? That is just really screwing me over. That's not cool at all. I can't even really play anything. Well, there's this I can play. And we'll just play it just because we want to get another Rashimi trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Sky Sovereign Console Flagship. Reveal top card. It's a land into my hand. What the heck? That's like 5 lands in a row. We'll tap 2 and copy it. Hey, it's not a land, although it's a really high. That's good. It's a Cascade, but won't be until next turn. God knows what's going to happen then. So I think last time we were considering this as like I don't think I can attack with this turn. I'm never going to look any of this stuff up, honestly, because by the time I do, I forget and whatever. So we'll just say no. We'll say even though it comes in as an artifact, if you crew it, it becomes a creature that wasn't on the battlefield, so it has summoning sickness or something. But we are going to combat. And I think we will go all out, which is not much. But because, like I said, everyone knows he's about to play Toxrill. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage, down to 21. Not bad. 4 of which is another commander, so that's 8 commander damage. We don't have any blockers, though, but nobody really has much attacking going on. He's probably going to finish off that one. So let's pass. So now we untap, upkeep. We draw. We play an island for turn. I'm going to tap 2 swamps. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I actually have to tap out to do this. But then we play Toxrill. Now here's where things start to get messy. We will then move to our end step. Excuse me. That gets a thing. That gets a slug. That dies, which makes a slug. Slime tokens, whatever. That gets a slime token, which makes a slug and dies. This gets one. This gets one, and this gets one. That is, so we do have some blocking and stuff here going. And all right, that is everything for Toxrill's turn. Let's pass, see what happens. Untap, upkeep, draw. Now playing small creatures is completely useless. Right. Yeah, I guess that's true. 1, 2, 3, 4. To cast the commander. Oops. Shoot, that was 18. Which actually is there. So cast the commander, which makes Boo. We plus the 4. Make Boo a 4/4. Well, give him 3 counters, which makes him a 4/4 with trample and haste. So the question is, where do we send it? We could be nice. Well, actually sending in that direction is not going to help. Sending in that direction might... Actually, that'll help him because then he'll definitely... excuse me. He'll definitely block. Or we could send it over there. But you know what? Oh, that really won't help all that much. Because well... I guess what we're going to do is we are in fact going to send it in this direction. they will gladly block with this, taking 1 trample damage down to 36 health, meaning that he is ready to go again next turn. And we'll just leave that stuff right there. But that's unfortunately, we only have 2 mana left. Definitely nothing I can do with 2 mana. That was a poor showing for tokens. Pass turn, because they're about to die. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Ooh, that's very good timing. Wow, that's a great top deck. I'm going to tap 1 to Path to Exile Toxrill. That is an insane top deck. That's pretty standard for when I play Toxrill against my actual friends. Yeah, cool. You get one. Don't even get 1 rotation around the table. You get like 2 turns. Oh, but speaking of which, that was 1 more end step, which means this dies, which needs 1 more. We'll just put that. They both need 2 more. That makes another slug. That gets an extra counter, and that gets an extra counter. Keep them consistent. All right, so basically, this is a 0-1, and this is a -1-1, so no one's swinging anywhere with anything. And I can't even tap both of them to crew that, which is upsetting. All right. I have the power. No, but I have 2 mana. We will tap 2 to play Rograk. Tap 2 to equip, give it flying and haste. And then we will go to combat. This goes up. And this goes up. Now, basically, these get counteracted by that. So it is still a 7 in the air. That's definitely going to kill you because you only need 5 more to die. So 7 more commander damage. Boom. Tokens is dead. 1, 2, 3. 3 commander damage going over at you, putting you at 18. And that goes up to 4 commander damage from you. Now, unfortunately, oh no, not unfortunately, Toxrill's gone. So no more counters are going to go out this turn. They will pass. Untap. Upkeep. These are quite useless, although that does tap for mana, I guess. That's good. Draw for turn. We'll go ahead and put a Reliquary down. Reliquary Tower. I have no maximum hand size. I will tap 1. Green, red, blue, then 1 and 1 more for the tax, so that Averna is out. I will then pay a red and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, that's untapped. So unfortunately, I can't do this because I only have 1 mana. Although, no, I guess that's, yeah. I think you have to instant speed that, so I don't think I can do it. So 2 triggers on the stack. I played my first card of the turn, so we will reveal the top card. If it's less than that, it is. I may play it without its mana cost. I will draw 3 cards and untap up to 2 lands, then discard a card. 1, 2, 3. I will discard a mountain, then untap Gruul Turf, getting a massive win on that, and then we'll untap the blue. So boom, I have all 3 colors. But again, I think I would have had to, I still can't do this because I'm almost positive that when I resolved her thing, I would have had to, like, in response to her trigger being on the stack, I tap 2 and copy it. I didn't do that. I let it resolve, so it's too late. But that's okay. So I drew cards and, excuse me, I was able to play that cool thing, the pour over the pages. Now, boarding party resolves. well, no, boarding party casts trigger hits, and I Cascade for 5. Okay, that's a 3-drop. No land thing, unfortunately. But at least it happened once this time. Team Ascendancy. Creatures you control have haste, which is nice. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield, I get to draw a card. When I cast this, I forgot to do its ability to blow something up, but well, do 3 damage to it, rather. And that's just on to me. I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Sissy's Ring. I have a crap ton of freaking mana in my hand, like 4 basics in my hand out of 6 cards. Alright, so everything on my board has haste. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's what we want to do. So we're going to tap Averna to crew Sky Sovereign. Now, when a creature with power 4 doesn't enter the battlefield, that was just on it. It just kind of activates. I don't think that counts. So we're going to crew there, and we're going to swing Sky Sovereign and boarding party at you. When it attacks, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. We're totally going to blow up your slug, because now that way you can't stack, block, and destroy boarding party. So you're definitely taking 6 in the air. I will block with 1, and it gets destroyed because it doesn't have trample. So you're taking 6. So down to 12 health there. Not too bad, not too bad. And we will pass. Untap, upkeep, draw. Play a swamp for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So definitely not. Oh, yes, that is. Enough to replay them. 1, and then that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I may have miscalculated the stuff last time. But regardless, Toxrill's back. Only 12 life. Move to end step. These 2 die because they'll get extra sign counters, and they are definitely dead, which makes 2 more slugs. That gets a counter. That gets a counter. That's no longer a creature. That gets a counter. That gets a counter. And then we pass. We go all the way over here. Untippy tappy. Draw for turn. That will probably work. Yeah, so I don't have enough to really do any of these big spells, but what I can do is what I just drew. 3. A red and 2 others for below your house down. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. Destroy any of them to the walls. 1, 2, 3. You guys can't block. Then I'm going to tap a red to play Warlord's Fury. Creatures I control gain first strike until end of turn, and I draw a card. Okay, that doesn't help much, but whatever. It was card draw. So we're going to move to combat. We are going to swing everybody at you. Rograk is flying, but I guess I should have moved that over there. But I already did the man. I did the thing, so fine. Whatever. This does go up, as does this, but unfortunately it gets negated. So it's 7, 8, 9, minus 3. So it's actually only going to do 6 damage in the air, or 6 damage, no trample. So blocked by this guy, dead. Then 2, 3, 4, minus 1, so 3. 3 in the air, up, down, so up, down, left, right. ABBA. It's 9 health over there. And 3 of it is Commander. And we did have 4, so we were up to 7 commander damage from Rograk. I don't think he's going to stick around long enough to do it, but hey. We also have some flyers over here, so let's see what happens. Pass turn. Untap. Upkeep, no upkeep triggers, draw a card for turn. End step, sorry. So some things might be dead anyway. Put another one there, put another one there, put another one there, yep. Poor Averna is gone and requires 4 more to cast again, which does make a new slug, and that gets a counter. So that is a 4-1 currently. Still enough to crew the ship, though, which is nice. I don't think I drew for turn yet, so I will draw. Oh, that's like not helpful at all. Darn, nothing entered the battlefield. See, that's the problem with this card. I'm gonna have to take it out. It's just not helping. Well, I'll play a land for turn for all the good it's gonna do me. I got a bajillion land. Shoot. I got 2 Cascade cards, but they don't help me at this moment. So, I guess we'll just do this one. Sissy's Ring, Arcane Signet for green. So green, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. To play Natural Reclamation, destroying your Arcane Signet. And then I get to anything that's 4. That's a land. Another land. What the heck? Another land. Wow, this shuffle was horrible. Another land. 1 of 1 mine. So these all go on the bottom. This spell costs 2 less capture, blah, blah, blah. So I draw 2 cards. Okay, well, that's something. Land. Not a land. Thank God. I was about to be super upset if it was a land. Okay, this could be helpful. Very helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, no, yeah. Tapping 8 to play Maelstrom Colossus. Now, I suppose I should have done the Cascade, tapped that, but this actually works out better this way. So, a creature of power 4 entered or greater entered the battlefield, so I do get to draw a card, which is nice, and we do the Cascade. I guess that's probably not how that works. Well, there's 2 triggers with power 4 enters the battlefield, so no, it doesn't. Okay. It's okay because it's actually going to end up getting cast. So we Cascade for 7 or less. It is a sorcery for 3, Secrets of the Golden City. Draw 2 cards if you have the Sitting's Blessing. Draw 3 cards, which I do. I have 10 or more permanents, so I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. More lands and like 1 kind of decent creature. So it enters the battlefield because it was 4 or greater. Now I draw a card. We're going to... They do have haste, though, so we're going to tap this to crew Sky Sovereign, and then I'm going to send a 7/7 Maelstrom Colossus at you. No trample or anything, but you're going to take 7 in the air, or 6 in the air, rather, for sure, down to 3. Oh, so close. But good news is when I attack with that, I do get to blow up something that's 3 damage. I send 3 damage to something. I'm going to blow up that creature, that slug. You'll block the Maelstrom Wanderer with that slug. And the damage resolves taking the 6. Second main phase, there's nothing I can do with 1 blue mana. Just making sure. Yeah, can't do anything with 1 blue mana, so pass turn. We're going to upkeep. Untap upkeep, rather. I will play Swamp and tap it for Blood Pet. Oh, yes, sorry, end step. Since no one destroyed Toxrill, that dies, which makes a slug. That gets a counter. This gets a counter, so it's 2, 3, 4. Still alive. Damn it. Oh, he's bumped the stupid thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's got 7, so it's down to 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's kind of still a 5 something. Have to do the math a little better on that over there. But yeah, so those only one thing died to give us a slug. I don't think I drew a card yet. So I will draw for turn. Huh. Sure, why not? We'll do tap for 3 for Ristic Study. For all the good that's going to do. We will also tap a blue and 3 others for Sakashima of the Thousand Faces, copying Toxrill. So now there are 2 Toxrills on the field. That's going to end poorly for everyone involved. I think Toxrill probably will win at this point. Even though he's only at 3 health, that's the horrible part. If only, that would target any target instead of just creatures or planeswalkers. You could snipe them with that. We can go to combat, actually. With these 2 at least. So why not? We will tap these and send 8 damage your way. That's 6 out of the 8, so that's 30. So that's down to 28 life. And of course, 7 of it is commander damage, so that is important. We will then pass turn. End step. Well, before we passed turn, but end step. Everything gets a whole bunch more counters. At the beginning of each end step, put a slime. So that means they're both going to put slime counters on. So Rograk is totally dead, for sure. Costing 4 to cast now, total. The Fleetfoot Sandals fall to the ground. That would put 2 more counters on there. And then the problem is that each one of those now Toxrills sees all those counters. So real Toxrill sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 counters, so it gets -7, -7. But the fake Toxrill also sees them, so it gets another -7, meaning it gets -14, -14. So Kelith is dead as well. All of these can come off of here. I will probably need them. Also, that makes 2 slugs. And then, like I said, this gets 2 slime counters, but that's actually -6, -6, which means it can't even crew the ship now. So, not good there. Right, yeah, there's no way that Kelith was a 14, so yes. So then we untap, upkeep, draw. Cool, play a land for turn, super awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still can't even play the 2 big spells in my hand, which are both angels that could maybe survive for a bit, but not really, not with 2. Tap 3, Seer's Lantern. There's no point in doing anything, so pass. This gets another 2 counters. Each one sees 5, it's -10, -10, so it's dead. Make another slug. Untap, upkeep, draw. I mean, we'll play a land for turn, because that's important. Yep, I think this game's pretty much over, even though 41 life, 28 life, and 3 life. Oh wait, shoot, I already drew for turn, sorry. But I'll tap 2, blue, and 3, Tamiyo's Epiphany, scry 4, then draw 2. None of these is any kind of board wipe. put them all on the bottom and then draw 2, I guess. Yep, a land and an artifact, not helpful. I could play a creature which would immediately die and give him another slug, so that's not any, there's no point in doing that. Yeah, I guess we'll just pass turn. I can't even draw cards off of anything. Untap, upkeep, so that's 5 total slugs. Nothing else can die because nothing else is on the thing. I think I can definitely pay the extra for Seer's Lantern, so that's not a big deal. Draw a card for turn. Play another swamp. Do I have any kind of card draw stuff? I do not. Oh, wait, I can actually. Yes. That's the way to go. Let's try and do this smart. We will go to combat, swinging everything at you. So that's 14, 15, 20. So that's 20 damage. You're down to 8 health. Another 7 commander, so that's up to 14. Are you kidding me? What the, what? Always smacking the stupid setup. My apologies, guys. Everything's always half-assed, so it's in the way a little bit. Okay, so now, second main phase, what I can do, now I guess we don't want to do too much of this, but I can pay a black and a blue to sacrifice a slug to draw a card. That's the land. I guess we're not in a super big hurry to do anything, so we'll just let that, we'll try that one and that's it. Pass turn over to there. Unless this is a board wipe, which there should be board wipes in red and white, but I don't know if I actually really have them in here. Nope. That's the land. We play the land. 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. I mean, there's not even a point in playing it because it doesn't have haste. And I don't have enough mana to play it and play and equip the things. And it would, regardless of how powerful it is, even with the buff. Oh, no, it would survive a little bit anyway. Okay. I guess we'll try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for a Chroma Vision of Ixidor. A Flying First Strike Vigilance Trample 6/6, which is now 8/8. At the beginning of each combat until end of turn, each other creature you control gets +1/+1 if it's flying, +1/+1 if it has first strike, and so on. Yep, still only have 1 extra mana right now. So that's all I can do. At my end step, it gets 2 counters, so it's now -4, -4. Oh, and at their end step, it's going to die anyway. I don't know why I did it. See, I thought it might have lasted longer, but not really. Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay, well, this is something, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. But I do have Reliquary Tower, so it didn't matter. We will tap 2 and a blue for Leadership Vacuum. Target player returns commander to the command zone, and I draw a card. So at least now, everything's only going to get 1 thing. Okay, actually, I guess that can win it right there. We don't even have to pay anything big, huh? We can do a small thing. No, not a super small thing. That's no has to be 3. Fine, we'll do the big thing. We're gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to play Consecrated Sphinx. 4/6 flying. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may draw 2 cards. We're gonna tap it to crew Sovereign Skyship. We're gonna fire off in that direction with the 3 damage. guess it doesn't matter because it's not enough to kill that, which would be helpful for us, but we'll just blow up Blood Pet, and then you take 6 in the air. Boom, smash, crash. Wow, that was close. I really thought, sorry, I was talking in the player term we again, but yeah, I thought Toxrill was actually going to pull out a 3 health win. That would have been crazy. But now that gives us a lot more opportunities now. So it might be, who knows which of these two is gonna win. So, but that is not all we can do, actually. What do we have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's a triggered ability, huh? That's getting -4/-4, so it is a 4/4, right? That's a triggered ability. When it attacks, it deals 3 damage. It's the same as when a card comes in, Cascade, right? I think that's the same. I've always been kind of vague on the triggered and activated. Activated makes sense. Activated is like this. You tap it to do it. That's an activated ability. Triggered is something happens. Also, I drew a card because a creature 4 or greater entered the battlefield, which I believe that's a triggered event too. I could tap and draw an extra card, but I don't need to. I'm going to tap to copy Sky Sovereign's ability, and actually, instead of blowing up Blood Pet, I will send the 3 damage twice to this 6 damage total, blowing it up, just because we don't need any 6/6 craziness over there if they find a way to do something. That leaves me with 4 mana. I will tap 3 of it to play Pilgrim's Eye, give me a little blocker, gets me a basic into my hand, which I really don't need at this point. We'll just get that forest into my hand, shuffle the library real quick. Wait a minute. I mean, at least I remembered it now, as opposed to, like, when this battle ends. But that's probably not going to happen. None of that's probably going to happen. Because I forgot what we had over here. That was, what, 4? Because I had 5, I got rid of 1. This was tapped, this was tapped, these were all tapped. This did not get played. This forest would have to go back into the library somewhere. And I wouldn't play, or well, yes, I play that. I play it and send Sky Sovereign. I declare attacks on the thing, I copy it. And blow that up. So that happens. However, in response to the attacker being declared and that blowing up, I tap a blue. Where is it? For unsummon. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Because Sky Sovereign is currently a creature, it goes back to your hand. I don't die. Ho ho ho. Now I can still play the Skyship, but doesn't matter. This instep, this would get, not the Skyship, I could play the little thing that gets me that stupid land, the Pilgrim's Eye. That would get 2, be a -4/-4, so it's a 0/2. I untap. Upkeep, draw. Play a land for turn. Tap a blue and a black to play Contentious Plan. Proliferate. Get you 1 more slime counter, which they then see, and it dies instantly because it's not an end step thing. It's just, well, wait, it is, isn't it? Whenever Creatures you don't control at the beginning of your end step, they get the counters. No, it's just so, yeah. If I proliferate in any way and up them, he just dies. Because now they each see 3. At 6, it dies. I get another slug. I will then move to combat with everything wide open. We'll send Blood Pet and Toxrill at you. Thanks for clearing the path, but I wouldn't have known he was going to do that. And I thought I was about to win, so why wouldn't I blow up that thing to make it easier for me? So yeah, 8 damage, that's 4, 7. So that's 11 damage to you. That takes you down to an even 30. And then we would pass turn. He also would have had to pay the one, actually I think they both would have, which luckily we could have paid the one there, so that's okay. And we could have paid the one for the Consecrated Sphinx. So we're still okay. No illegal moves in that sense. And I personally believe Ristic Study is the person's responsibility that owns it to pay, remind you. It's like, it's not your job. If you're over there, it's like you don't pay the one. It's like, that's not your fault. This is my card. I should be reminding you to pay. Obviously, I can't because, I'm running 4 boards and it's a little tricky, but we then pass turn. So this is dead. Smash, boom, crash. Now we're just back to over here. We untap. We draw for turn, which is not going to be anything crazy. Nope, it's a Mind Stone. Yeah, I really don't have anything. Well, we'll 1, 2, 3 for Bonder's Ornament. 1, 2, 3, 4 to tap it to draw a card. I mean, why not just play some spells, right? 2 green, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Annoyed Altosaurus. 2 triggers. 6 or less. Boom, that is a 6 or less. Rograk Dragonclaw. Oh, that's actually, yeah, that could be game. Holy crap, that's amazing. That's a really good, that is the top deck that I almost didn't even play it because I wasn't thinking. I was just like, yeah, I guess, whatever. No, stupid, trample. And you have 1 blocker open because you didn't expect up. But wait a second. But wait, there's more. Because it's like, I play Annoyed Alisar. It's a reach, trample, 6/5 with Cascade. In response, I tap these 2 blue and counterspell. Darn it. Almost forgot. But that's good. I mean, at least I'm thinking again of trying to remember what's in the cards, in the hands. Unfortunately, that is almost all of the mana. Nothing else can happen. Oops. Those are yours cards. Yeah. I can tap 2 and play Mind Stone and not pay the 1. You can draw a card because who the hell cares? Pass turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that sounds good too. We'll pay 1, 2 black, and then 1, 2, 3 to play Gary, or Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Whenever he enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. You gain E life equal to the life lost this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you lose 5 life down to 25. I gain 5 life up to 8. Then we're going to go ahead and move to combat. So that's 14, 15, and 20. So that's 20 life. Boom. down to 5. We'll go ahead and count the 7 commander just in case. I have Gary up for blocking purposes, and we will pass. Untap a crap ton of mana and mana rocks and a huge amount of cards in my hand. Now, I believe, that's true. Creatures I have control have haste. That's actually really, really important. Okay. That still might be able to pull off the win then. So we're going to tap Sissy's Ring for 2. Then red, blue, green for Rograk, Dragon Claw. Can't be countered, so even if he does have a counter spell over there, which actually he does. So I will need to be aware of this while I'm playing. He can't be countered. Creature spells you control can't be countered. Other creatures you control have trample. That's pretty much going to be game then. Let's go ahead then. Blue, blue, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scrap Diver Serpent. Actually, trigger, so I get to draw 2 cards because 2 different creatures came in with power 4 or greater. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I don't have the right colors mana to do that. That would actually be pretty awesome, but I don't think it matters at this point. I'm not overly concerned because it should be not necessarily more than enough. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, Pilgrim's Eye, 1, 2, Azure Mage. I'm not paying any of the extras, so that is a thing. I just played 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Now, this is a 5/5 that took up a lot of mana. I think that would be the key for 2 blue and 2 others to play Rewind, counter target spell, and untap up to 4 lands. So that's not cool. We're going to untap those lands we just tapped. So then these are the only ones that go through. Six, 7, 8, 9. Still enough, but not really, because it's still not going to get through. Those counter spells, man, they came in the clutch. I was just complaining about counter spells, and now they actually could win the guy. I really was like, oh, they're going to win. Nope, no, they're not. Yeah, they're going to win. Nope, no, yeah, they're going to win. I also didn't draw actually one of those cards I said, so this one would go back on because that was countered, so I didn't actually draw that. Which is fine, it's a crystal. But that's all my mana, I can't do anything else. So we will swing the board and see what happens. I mean, we kind of know what's going to happen, it's not going to work. But this is a flyer, so the 1 damage definitely gets through. This is a 2/1 and a 6/6. They only have a 2/4 to block. So 6 on the 4, so 2 gets through, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 damage, back down to 3. Gary does get destroyed. But unfortunately, that's not going to be relevant. Because we're at 5 life. There's nothing else I can do. Pass turn. End step. They all get counters. More than enough to, well, I guess maybe not more than enough. These 2 will definitely die, making 2 more slugs for sure. This would get 2 slime counters. They each see it to 4, so he'd still be alive, but tapped. Draw a card. It's a Profane Tutor. Nothing I would really go tutor for right now. I would then just swing the board again. And actually these would be okay to swing. So yeah, boom, dead, smash, smash. Because that's like 14 damage right there, plus another 5. Well, 15, sorry, 15, 20, 22 on the 5. So boom, there you go. Your winner for match 2 is Toxrill, surprisingly. Without any kind of combo, without any kind of weird shenanigans. He pulls it off way at the end because no one killed him early on. Even though they did attack him, you know, we did go after him, just not super hardcore. And I guess that was the mistake. And thankfully he had some interactions to stop all of the ways that they were trying to finish it off at the end. Wow, I'm really glad I actually didn't play, from the Toxrill perspective, I'm glad I didn't play those counters earlier. And it's funny because I just complained about that, and then it was like, oh, well, I guess they are useful. I guess I should leave them in. And even if simply because, yeah, I may not know when to use them in the early stages, but I had more than enough mana to protect my stuff at the end. However, as I've said, it would never have gotten to this point in a real game. Someone would have been doing way more stuff on their end, more board wipes, bigger, destruction of Toxrill, like the second it comes in or whatever, one turn in, one, pass turn in. So those other decks need to be more aggressive and better. But not too bad of a showing from Toxrill, I suppose. Cascade did great on the land front, at least, and a crazy amount of land. But these two really kind of just crapped out. These two just crapped out really bad. So what do you think, everybody? How would you do things differently? I hope you were entertained, at least. I hope I didn't make too many mistakes. I'm sure I'll find them when I rewatch the videos, as I always do. Hope you got some ideas for maybe cards to put in your decks. And I will see you next time.